How big is this ship?
There are 24 decks. Almost 700 meters long.
It took me 6 months to scrounge up enough titanium just to build a 4-meter cockpit. How much does this thing cost?
The economics of the future are somewhat different. You see, money doesn't exist in the 24th century.
No money? You mean you don't get paid?
The acquisition of wealth is no longer the driving force in our lives. We work to better ourselves and the rest of humanity. Actually, we're rather like yourself and Dr. Cochrane.
You don't get paid? Lily asks him, you don't get paid? No, Lily. Starfleet officers don't get paid, but the actors who play them certainly do. Yeah, this is Will, and this is Star Trek Celebrity Net Worth. What do the stars of Star Trek The Next Generation and now Star Trek Picard, what do they make? What do they make in gold-pressed latinum? I guess that would be the equivalent in the Star Trek universe. Or credits. I like gold-pressed latinum. I like the sound of that a lot better. So we start at the beginning. And in our celebrity net worth pursuit, the beginning is Patrick Stewart. The beginning is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and Patrick Stewart, as we know, is an English film, TV, and stage actor. He's highly decorated. He's managed to achieve that rare combination of well-respected actor and cult icon. And he has a net worth of $75 million. That's right. $75 million. Roll that around in your warp core for a while, okay? $75 million. And of course, most people would agree that he's worth it. The man has been around. He's been on 7 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation. He did 4 movies: Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. And now Star Trek Picard. And of course, he's also Professor X, right? He's the mutant coach, the mutant mentor. He's the mutant mentor in the X-Men franchise. And so he's got that route and that income outlet. Okay, next we have Mr. Data Anyone, or as we know him, Brent Spiner, the actor Brent Spiner, who portrays Data. He's best known for playing Data. He's been in all the movies like Patrick Stewart, and he even won a Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actor, and that was for First Contact. So, and the Saturn is for sci-fi actors and productions, so he's worth $16 million. Again, roll that around in your escape pod, in your warp core there, in your sick bay, your bio bed. There you go. You might need a bio bed to calculate all that, because that's $16 million. Now, you say, well, maybe, think he'd be worth a little bit more. That's pretty decent. It's pretty damn good. It's not too shabby. And next, we come to the Enterprise D's and Enterprise E's first officer, and that's Commander Will Riker, also known as Jonathan Frakes. He is married to Jeannie Francis, who is a big daytime soap icon, right? Jeannie Francis and General Hospital. And he's also a big director, of course. He directed lots of the various Star Trek shows. And now I guess, he is directing several episodes of Picard. And Jonathan Frakes, who portrays Will Riker, is worth $25 million. Okay, $25 million. That's right. It pays to be a space ace, doesn't it? And now we come to Counselor Troy. We go to get some therapy, perhaps. Some financial therapy, financial guidance. Well, I don't know if Counselor Troy could give you any financial advice. or financial therapy, but Marina Sirtis might be able to because she is worth $6 million. That's right. $6 million. She was born in London. She's British English. Now, of course, she's in America. And she's a British-American actress, so I suppose she has dual citizenship. She's been in many other series, TV shows besides Star Trek, including Earth Final Conflict, Stargate SG-1, great episode she was in. If you've ever seen SG-1, it's an awesome episode. Diagnosis Murder, The Cleveland Show, and Grey's Anatomy. So Marina Sirtis certainly gets around, and that's probably why she's worth $6 million. And now, drum roll, we come to the Klingon. The first Klingon in Starfleet as a Starfleet officer, and the only Klingon on Enterprise D serving as a first officer, as a bridge officer. And that, of course, is Worf, portrayed by Michael Dorn. Now, he has done many other things, and he just recently won an award because he appeared on screen in more Star Trek episodes and movies as the same character than any other actor. That's right, Michael Dorn has the record. He's appeared as Worf more times than any other actor, as the same character. So, what is he worth? Well, he's worth $8 million. That's right. Michael Dorn is worth a cool $8 million. A go Worf. And now we take a visit to the sick bay, to the Enterprise D sick bay, to visit with the doctor, with the chief medical officer. And that, of course, is Dr. Crusher, Dr. Beverly Crusher, portrayed by Gates McFadden. Now, she's done a lot of other things. One of the most notable and cool things is that she worked for the Jim Henson Company, Jim Henson Productions, as a choreographer. That's where she got her start, and she did both live action and the puppet choreography. So that's really cool. So I guess some of that Muppet and puppet work that you see in, any of the Henson Productions, Gates McFadden might have been responsible for that. So, and what is she worth now? $3 million. Not too shabby. Certainly a nice chunk of change. Something that I think a medical professional would enjoy to have supporting her financial independence. So, Gates McFadden, $3 million. And now we move from sick bay to engineering, and we meet right getting everything shipshape and always in gear is Geordi LaForge, played by LeVar Burton. Now, LeVar Burton was best known before Star Trek The Next Generation as Kunta Kinte on the popular ABC drama Roots. And I didn't know this, but it was his first professional acting audition. So before Roots, I guess he had, maybe studied or, maybe he had some parts, but this was the first acting audition, the first time he ever got a part through acting audition. What is LeVar Burton worth? $6 million. He's also known for the PBS program Reading Rainbow, and he started executive producing the show in 1983, and it was on the air for 23 seasons, winning more than 2,000 awards, including 26 Emmys. Really cool. And once again, LeVar Burton is worth $6 million. And we go from Enterprise Engineering to one of the most junior members, and certainly one of the most, I'd say, not calculated. There you go. That's a good way of putting it. And expected to be one of the bridge crew members, and that, of course, is Wesley Crusher. Dr. Beverly Crusher's son, played by Will Wheaton. And Will Wheaton is worth $1 million. Yes, he is certainly the least of the crew. Not too shabby. Certainly you wouldn't sneeze at it. He debuted on the big screen with the animated film The Secret of Nim. I did not know that. And I guess his first big role was the TV movie A Long Way Home. But his first film was, feature film was Secret of Nim, doing the voice of one of the characters. And of course, his big role, one of his biggest besides Wesley Crusher, was in the 1986 film Stand By Me. And he's known, of course, for being a major writer, very, very prolific writer, and Will Wheaton is worth $1 million. And now we have two of the most famous, popular, and beloved recurring characters, and the first one is Q, and that is played by the actor John Delancey, known for lots of guest star work and everything, so many things. I know he was in it wasn't a big role, but it was in The $6 Million Man. I remember distinctly saying, oh, there's John Delancey. And John Delancey, who plays Q, the super-powered super being, is worth $4 million. That's right. Not too shabby as a godlike entity. That's a lot of bucks. And he's worth $4 million. And finally, we have probably the most famous recurring character, and certainly one of the most famous recurring characters as sort of a regular, because though she was not a regular main line character, she started in second season, and she was the manager, the runner of 10 Forward, and of course that's Guinan, the barkeep, the bartender, the counselor in many ways, and that's of course Whoopi Goldberg, and Whoopi Goldberg needs little introduction, and she's worth $60 million. That's it. Her real name, Karen Elaine Johnson, $60 million. And for The View alone, she makes $8 million. It says here she also writes for film, talk shows, and many children's books. I didn't know that. Whoopi has written many children's books, so that's pretty damn cool. That's right, and she's worth $8 million. So there you have it. You've got, the next generation, the stars of Star Trek, the next generation, and what they make. Their net worth. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying. Just subscribe if you have not. If you want to, then subscribe, whenever. But we'll happy to have you and keep on supporting us here. We're still fairly new on YouTube, and we'll see you soon.